Hello, everybody. Welcome to our presentation of why you should get into this industry. I want to welcome in Josh Trees and Ryan Fox. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Michael. We got Michael in the waiting room. I think Michael just got in. So if you're there, Michael.
What's up, Michael? What's up, Ryan?
How you doing, Josh?
Good.
Ryan's out on a job right now. What job are you doing right now, Ryan?
It's a OK Cafe. It's a restaurant. We're changing out the blue lights.
Nice. Very nice. And Josh, you're pretty dark there. You don't have any lighting in your house, huh? Not a big deal. We can barely see. We see a silhouette.
Turned it off.
We see the silhouette there. Okay.
No,
well, we've
that's what I
done.
was asking. Let me see if opening this up will help a little bit.
All right. Ryan, you can see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, now I got all the lights on.
All right, perfect. Well, we're going to go ahead and get this started. So we're going to talk, my name is Matt Hyden. We've got Josh Trees here and Ryan Fox. We've all been in this industry for a long time. Josh, since 97. Ryan, you've been in this industry for, I think you said
12, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a while. And myself, back in, I think, 2002 or 3, I worked for you, Josh?
I would say
Something like that.
probably 2001.
Early 2000s, yeah. It was
Maybe
definitely early
2000,
2000s.
yeah.
Running crews in San Diego. So, back
when
then.
we were young whippersnappers.
Yeah, exactly. So back then, you starting out, I know we just talked about this the other day, and you guys were mentioning you wanted to keep it on the down low, how profitable this industry was. I know you guys were doing very well at that time. Probably, what do you think your best years back in the residential days in San Diego were?
Best year's net profit. I mean,
Yeah.
that was in the early days, but 154,000, I think, was our best year before we sold that division. So, but,
Yeah.
I mean, not bad for predominantly residential, and also being that was I believe our 5th year in the business. So not bad for 2 months worth of work.
Yeah, not bad at all. And a lot's changed these days. I mean, we're dealing with LVDs. It's a lot easier these days, and it's a lot easier to run power and a lot more tools at our hands to do a lot more jobs. So anyway, we're going to talk. What's that?
Yeah, I was just thinking back in those days, the incandescent days. I mean, we used to always have to have you remember, full-time service guy, service tech. So
Yeah.
LED, once those came around and actually got affordable, major game changer.
So our goal is to basically present this to everybody and tell them why they should get in this industry. Besides the opportunity to make a lot of money. Ryan, you're doing very well. I know you guys do over $500,000. Just continue what you're doing. I'll just kind of bring you in every so often. I know you're working. Appreciate you coming in. But I know you guys are doing over $500,000, and I think you've said it a few times that you might actually make more in the Christmas light season than in that 45. Well, it's probably about 60-day period to 90-day period. Then you actually make the rest of the year. Does that sound like it's going to happen this year for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll do at least 800,000, but there's a chance we might be able to do $1 million. So
yeah, that's great. So this industry, this is a great.
And that's lights.
What's that?
That's just for lights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what a great industry. I mean, this is, I can't say enough about it. These installation, the install time used to be November 1st to December 15th, December 18th. Now we're installing in October. I mean, you guys are out doing stuff right now. We did a job last week for a university in San Diego, in August, which is great. So the commercial stuff is expanding. There's a lot of good opportunities. If you want to start in this industry, we recommend you start getting into residential, but then you dive into the commercial, because the commercial is great stuff. You got municipalities, HOAs, hotels, car dealerships, theme parks, and we do all these, and except for theme parks. And Ryan, you guys, do pretty much everything on this list except for the theme park one. I don't think you've tackled one of those yet, have you?
No, we've bid a couple. Haven't got any theme parks.
Yeah. So this is a growing industry. It's a great opportunity to get in. We have a couple different ways we can actually help you. getting into this, and Ryan got, into this industry, and when Josh got into it, Josh, it was just a trial and error type thing, right? You're just out and about, and you're like, hey, I'm going to hang Christmas lights. That looks pretty cool. And I'm assuming you and Mike back in the day probably just went and bought some ladders, bought some Home Depot lights, and had a truck and moved on.
Yeah, you know the story, you've heard it many times, but pretty much how it was, and almost didn't make it through that first season, barely made it through the second season, lost money the first season, and like I said, it was all trial and error and learning the hard way and putting up incandescent lights and underbidding jobs. I mean, that was such a huge issue. I remember once we started putting signs out, we got flooded with calls, which was a great thing, but then we started getting flooded with calls for service calls. So it's like, it was, we look on the caller ID back in the days of the caller ID, and it would show 99 calls was like the limit that was showing there. And literally we were having that many come in, for estimates. And then after we did a couple weeks of jobs, having about the same amount coming in for service calls. So a lot of that was just like, being young, not having that much experience, and just not doing things the correct way. And with the incandescents, with the GFIs, it's like, definitely, like you said, it's easy to get out there, go buy the ladders, jump into the business, but the hard part is actually, learning. And that's what CLIPA brings to the table, and we HangChristmasLights.com, and that support, and what you and I have developed, Matt, based on 23 years of experience. And I always tell people, why reinvent the wheel? And that's why I'm sure Ryan would agree with that. I mean, him and Brett learned with via the training manuals, back in the day, flipping through it. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go back to page 42. Let's see, we're doing this outside wrap on this. And, so it's very, very valuable. You say, how can we help you here? I think the marketing side is one thing, but also just the knowledge and for the installs and with the estimating app too, that's made it so much easier than us having. I mean, when you started with us, Ryan, it was still back in the days of the formula book, right? And then writing everything down, using the calculator.
We had papers and how to figure out how to.
Yeah, because it's like everything. I remember bidding jobs for $150. It should have been $750. Just because we had no idea. We're out there. Oh yeah, it's going to do it. We'll do it, and we did the jobs. And like Matt said, we learned the hard way.
Oh,
yeah, and I think go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was just gonna say, the first year we started, we had a buddy of ours, we owned a tree service, and he owned a tree service, and he decided that he was gonna start Christmas lights. He caught a house on fire the first year, and he didn't make any money because he wasn't charging accordingly. And he's like, "You guys want to teach me how to charge accordingly?" And I was like, "No, nope." Yeah. He was like literally a mile down the road. I was like, "No."
Yeah, why am I gonna do that?
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point, Josh. You said you guys lost money your first year, and with the programs that we have to offer here, our goal is to make sure that you're not going through all those trials and tribulations. You're not figuring it out. You're not learning the hard way. We've already stumbled. All of us have already stumbled. We've already gone through all those trials and tribulations, and we're here to make sure that you're not going through that stuff. Yeah, you're going to encounter stuff, but with CLIPA and We Hang Christmas Lights, we're hoping that it makes the transition into the Christmas light industry that much easier for you.
I always like to tell people, Matt, and you've heard me say this, that my goal is to make them about where we were at by year 3. So eliminate that learning curve. I mean, of course, like you said, they're going to get out there. There's going to be stuff that you're going to, still got to do a little bit more and learn, but you're going to be, 80% better off for sure with getting in there, getting that training, and not learning the hard way. And you're going to, most of these guys that are, almost all these people that are in here watching this right now, I'm assuming they have a business already. So they know the value that comes with, the training. And if I was going to start a pressure washing company, I would definitely go get some extensive training. I would have Ryan and train me on it or whatever, but I'd have no problem paying to get trained, especially how reasonable we've gotten the pricing down on this. Back in the day, the only option was to come to California too. And if it wasn't for this COVID crap, we'd be, you'd be out on the road right now doing training events all over, which that'll be, happening again next year. So.
Yeah, and you said it best. I say the same thing. As if I was getting into some kind of industry all day long, I would pay for somebody to teach me, so I didn't have to go through all those, those bumps in the roads and stuff like that. So what we have to offer is, through certification and training, our detailed training will give you the information and knowledge that is necessary for you to start this business, and most importantly, excel in this business. So that's very important. So we do have some upcoming events. Ryan, you're actually, you and your business partner, Brett, are running an event for us this weekend. We appreciate that. That's one of our first in-person one this year, because we've had to cancel them all the rest of them. Ryan, you and I have done a couple online trainings, and we do have one more. We've got Dallas coming up. Josh and I are actually going to be doing that one on September 11th and 12th. And then we do have one more online training at the end of the season. If you can't make it out to these 2 trainings here, we do have a 3-day online training that we offer. And Ryan, what would you think of the online training? We've never done it. This is the first year we've had to do it. Your experience as far as, what we did it. I know you're kind of biased because you were in it, but we got a lot of good feedback on it. I've had a lot of people that were, very excited about it and very impressed with what we did.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had a lot of people message me too and telling me how great it was. I think how we had to pivot this year for COVID, I think it turned out better than I thought it was going to, honestly.
Yeah.
I think with y'all really did a great job with some of the videos and everything and all the stuff y'all put in there and stuff. So it was way better than what we had online previously, if we had to try to do it.
Yeah, and we actually had a customer that was Minneapolis. We had to cancel our Minneapolis training, and he had paid for it. We offered a refund if he didn't want it, or we offered the online training. And he was trying to convince the sales rep to get me to fly out there just to train his company. And I was just like, that's not going to happen. Unfortunately, we could do a full refund and all that stuff. After he took our online training, he called the sales rep. He says, never mind, I'm good. I don't need the in-person training. You guys, you covered everything. I'm good. I'm ready to go. So that was pretty cool to hear. A week before he was talking about, I need Matt to fly out there. I want Matt to fly. And I'm like, I just don't know if I can do that. So that was pretty neat to hear from that. Yeah.
We've had people do that before though. Have you done that, Ryan? I know Neil has.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I've been on a private one.
I'm trying to get this lighting a little bit better so I just don't look like the hidden man.
Close your blinds behind you.
You need
I
light
tried
in front
that
of you.
earlier.
You need light from in
Let me
front
try
of you,
this
not behind
angle.
you.
Let's see this.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So this is Michael. I'm in the
Michael.
Tacoma, Seattle area, and we're probably going to be coming out to the Dallas training myself and a couple of my leads.
Oh, cool.
Would it be to our advantage if I can't bring everybody out because we have 11 employees? I just can't afford to take everybody away from work.
Yeah, of course.
That long. So if myself and a couple of my guys come out for the one in September, could I do the one in later September to the online for the rest of the guys?
Yeah. You get so we actually have these courses. The first one Ryan and I did, it was a couple months ago, I think it was, or maybe just like a month ago.
In June, yeah.
Yeah, in June. So you get access to all the you actually have access to the presentation we did, and then all the training videos. So you get back end access to CLIPA website, and it has all the videos. It's got probably about 17 hours of different presentations and videos. The training we went through. So if you want to plop them down, we've broken it out into 3 different segments. So if you want to plop them down, they can sit there and watch the training themselves. They can join, and they can join us in the online training that's coming up in September as well. There's no problem with that.
Okay. I think I'll have myself and come out to the live training myself and my couple of leads in the first part of September, and then have the rest of the crew do the online live.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it, Michael, too, as long as you're a CLIPA member, you'll have access to those videos, like Matt was saying, ongoing, recorded. So anytime you have new employees, which of course that's going to happen, just you can sit them down and show just the segments that pertain to them, whether they're salespeople or installers. So it's really a nice tool to have. And that'll be great. I'll be at the Dallas training. So I live in Texas, so I'll see you out there hopefully.
Yeah.
And Michael, we had on the schedule, I think we had like 11 travel in-person trainings, and I've had to cancel every single one of them. And it's hard. I enjoy doing the in-person. I know Ryan and Josh, you guys both enjoy in-person.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
You definitely get a better experience when you're in person. You're close to, the person. You can ask the questions right then and there.
Right.
You know, so we're excited that you're coming out, and I think you're gonna, you know, really enjoy it.
How many people do you usually have at the in-person, and what's a comfortable size class?
Well, based on this year, we haven't done one. First in person is this weekend with Ryan. Ryan's doing one out in Duluth, Georgia, and I want to say we have about 14 people in that class, somewhere around there.
Dallas had the Georgia one, but Dallas, I think you had 42 at the last one you did, right?
Orlando last year we had like 40 something. Dallas we had 40 something, and we're
Yeah,
gonna.
but I mean, in Georgia last year, I think we had 25 something.
Yeah.
At least. So
And
I
what
mean,
would you, Michael's like? I took this tiny house on the road, and Ryan helped me at several events, and I had other licensees helping me. But we'll just break out into different groups, almost have like different stations set up. So we kind of we bring extra people in to help us, whether it's licensees or other CLIPA installers, just like knowledgeable people who have been doing it for a long time, so that, you know, with the classroom stuff, I mean, heck, we could handle 100 people, but when you're getting doing the hands-on stuff, that's where you got to break into different groups. And you know, somebody might be focusing on trees and bushes, other groups focusing on roof lines. So it's a comfortable group. I'd say max would probably be about 50 that we'd want to have, right, guys?
Well, I mean,
we had in Orlando last year.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Orlando is probably our biggest class, but we're gonna have to see. I mean, we'll look at the, you know, the restrictions for the state. I don't know if there's any restrictions in Dallas. Is there, Josh, that you know?
Dallas, there probably are. I mean, I don't know.
So that's something we'll look into. I know we had to move the location for Atlanta because we had some stuff going on there. Actually, that was like riot related, I think, Ryan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we should be, you know, we should have a pretty full class there, but we'll make sure that you, you know, you experience, you know, you'll get all the questions answered. Anything you have, we'll take care of you, Michael.
So is it scheduled at like a hotel, or is it at somebody's facility?
No, hotel.
We'll do it at a hotel. You know, we rent out the conference room. The first day, typically what we do is rent the conference room. We are doing installations. We're talking about the basic stuff. We're talking about product knowledge. We're talking about electricity and stuff. Then we dive a little bit into sales and marketing. And then I mean, pretty much, if you're looking at you look at the schedule that's here posted, that's pretty much our schedule there. And then the second day we will dive into the field and we'll just get you hands-on. You'll start wrapping bushes, trees. A lot of the hotels we use pretty much have the trees, the bushes, the fence lines, everything we need in order to teach you, you know, to do that stuff. So, you know, the only thing like roof lines, I think out in Dallas we did have roof lines last year. Were you in Dallas with me last year, Ryan?
Not last year. The year before I was in Dallas.
Ryan was there before with Jason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah. So Michael, we'll make sure that you understand everything, and we'll, you know, the hands-on is gonna be great for you.
Is there anything
go ahead, Michael.
Sorry. I've owned my business for 22 years, and I've taken a lot of classes and a lot of conferences over those 2 decades. Sometimes when I go to conferences, they'll give us a pre-conference checklist, like here's what to bring, here's what to read, here's what to get to bone up on, so that way the class makes more sense to you, so you're not totally starting from scratch. Do you have something like that or no?
We can get you access to the back end. Once you pay for the training, once you're all set to go, we'll get you access to the website, and it has an affiliate section, and your sales rep can run you through it and, you know, show you all the videos, the training. Okay. These presentations they're all on the website. So you could sit there and watch the whole presentation, know everything before you even get there if you wanted to. All the videos.
I was finding that the more you do on the front end, on the back end of the hands-on training, it's been my experience that you get more for your money. The hands-on is much better if you're not asking those. Not that there's any dumb questions, because I've been an instructor, but you know, there's basic questions, and then if you knew that ahead of time, you could ask them more in-depth questions, and you just get more for your money.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I think that it's to go through that, to spend 2 days to watch, you know, watching that, and to do the same thing going through it in the class would be, I mean, if it just be, I don't know, require a lot of time, you know. I think you're going to get all the questions answered when you're out there. All that same stuff will be covered in the classes. I see exactly what you're saying, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend, guys, would you say, watch the whole online stuff and then spend another 2 days?
I mean, honestly, we start, if you see it's like lights and electricity 101, we literally we start from the very basic, like you don't know anything about lights, electricity, or nothing. So we literally take you from there to everything through sales, marketing, of how to install it, like everything, like how to store it, how to take it down. So, I mean, if you watched it, you're going to literally watch the whole training. That if you're going to watch anything, I would just watch like maybe the first couple slides, honestly, like the first couple things.
Well, I'm a home and commercial building inspector, so know a little bit about houses and electricity.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were okay. Awesome. So Nick was just telling me about you earlier, just half hour ago. He said that. So you're awesome. Yeah, you're in an area where we don't have covered by our licensee up there, Eric. So
you're a Seattle guy.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's that?
Eric Mills.
Yeah, you're a Seattle guy. Yeah, I'm looking really forward to this. We've talked about it for the last 2 or 3 years. Like we always have, we call it our December dilemma. Like every year, right around November, December, January, the real estate market slows down. So we go from doing, 45, 50 inspections a week to like 20. That's like a drop. That's like a drop of 30. And like, I just can't have all my guys working, so I have them sitting at home, and you're always afraid of losing them, and I don't want to lose them.
Oh no, it's not like, I mean, he told me you have 11 guys do like 2,500 a year.
We do. Last year we did 1.3 million.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Because we're pretty familiar with that. We used to work a lot with a company called Housemaster.
Oh
so, yeah. We used to work a lot with them. We went to some of their conferences, and no, with the amount of employees you have, I mean, that's pretty large for a home inspection company. So I think it's going to be a great fit. So
I think it'll be a really good fit because we already have the database. I mean, we have a couple thousand people every year that use us. We just go back and email them and say, hey, here's a new service. I just need to get guys trained so they're competent. And I mean, we're not afraid of ladders. We go on roofs every single day of our life, So.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great. This is why we're doing this in the huge conventions, because a lot of these guys, they do slow down during the wintertime, and you fit that bill right there. So you slow down, and we always say, Josh and I, why slow down? Why not speed up, during the wintertime? So this is a great opportunity, and we're glad you're coming out. I think you're gonna be excited that you're getting into this industry.
Yeah, we want to see you get to the point where we're doing $1 million in Christmas lights as well.
There you go. Yeah, we might talk after this meeting, but I'm pretty well known nationwide because I do teach, and I know a lot of my colleagues across the nation that are also have that dilemma around wintertime, and they're all looking for something to do. So we might be able to get everybody connected up.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, and we'll get them taken care of. I mean, these are the topics right here that we discuss in our training here. So you can see we pretty much cover everything. I won't go through every single one of them. But we do talk about this stuff in the in-person training. We actually go out and we're gonna put it all to the test. We're gonna put you in rapid trees. You're gonna have an opportunity to decorate bushes, and we're gonna work on roof lines and stuff like that. And we talk about safety, ladder safety. You're already ahead of the game because you already know the electricity part of it. But there's a lot of stuff that we are gonna teach you that's gonna help you speed up the process that we've learned over the years. We've had people in our trainings, Ryan. Last year. We have people in our trainings, that have been doing this for 10, 12 years, and wow, I learned so much. I'm going to change this. I'm going to do it this way, which is pretty cool to hear, So, we're going to make sure that you know what you're doing now after our training. So that's exciting.
And also, this is just the first step. I mean, we're here to do all the hand-holding you need. And one of the great things about attending a live event that Ryan and Matt can both vouch for is that just the networking that goes on. I mean, we always have a nice social, and you just meet a lot of good people. And then, people like Ryan that are always willing to also help out if you've, got a question on something. So we're here to make sure you're successful, without a doubt.
Great. Hey, on the live training, what percentage of it is residential instruction and what percent's commercial?
It's mostly focused on residential, but commercial, I mean, the installs are going to be very similar with roof lines, trees. I mean, it's all the same, but we don't get into any like tower trees or larger decor. But Matt is going to be offering some, and we'll be doing some of that through We Hang Christmas Lights too, possibly, but some more advanced training, which we've done in the past for commercial. But this is mostly focused as far as the sales and marketing and everything on residential. But we'll talk a little bit about commercial.
Okay. And I did leave a voicemail for you, Josh, and a text I'm a big communicator, so I hope I'm not pestering you, but I did leave a voicemail and a text.
Oh, no, not at all, man. No, I'm excited. Like I said, when you said home inspector, I was like, okay, you must be home inspector Seattle. I literally talked to Nick about 10 minutes before I jumped on this meeting.
So my question would be, without, and I know you guys are in the business of selling Christmas lights, but just a good, honest answer is always the best answer for me. What would be a good first order? I'm like 4,000 or 5,000, 2,000 or 3,000, and then what would I need to order? If you could kind of give me a sample order, like, hey, okay, what do we need to? So I know what my budget would be.
Matt, one of the girls will get that over to you, either Chelsea or Christy. But okay, as far as the sample order, but I would say, what would you think, Ryan, in a market like that, maybe 7,500 to 10 grand? Because I think this year lights are going to go. So did you say yeah?
Yeah, I'd say 7,500, 10 grand. I mean, some people do smaller ones, but then you're having to order more frequently. So, I think I would, if you have the money, I would try to do a little bit bigger order probably.
Yeah, Christmas lights is going to be nuts this year, just like fireworks was. I mean, it's going to be, especially on the residential side. I mean, commercial somewhat as well, but I think that the biggest problem is going to be vendors are going to start running out probably mid-November this time. So I'd get those core products, start with the $7,500 order, and then just go from there. And just, if you see the writing on the wall, you're going to be super busy. Don't be afraid to spend 25, 30 grand of lights, because you'll go through it. So
Michael, have you talked to either of the girls, Christy or Chelsea?
Chelsea, yes, I did.
So Chelsea, what she can do for you, if you have a budget, hey Chelsea, this is my budget. We've got it broken down. So whether your budget's 1,500 or if it's up to 10,000, you can just let her know what your budget is, and she's going to put together the order and say, this is what I recommend ordering.
Sure.
I
just don't want to order the wrong thing, like lights that nobody wants.
Of course.
No. And it's all core products. It's all core products, and we always say, hey, usually I used to put together an order that came to about 17,000, something like that, and it just say, hey, if you don't want to do this much, just take percentages of it. So it's going to be.
And after our training, you're going to have a better idea of like, hey, I really want to go this way. I want to order this. I want to order this, because we talk about products specifically about why we use this particular product, and you're going to be like, I just want to order all this type of product or all this type. I mean, we really get the nitty gritty on those products, all right?
Yep, we go into huge detail about like what it is and what you think you might like, what we use a lot of, and because some people do just mostly roof lines, and some people do more trees and bushes, and some guys don't do a lot of garland. If you start doing a lot of garland and wreaths and stuff, then you're gonna have to keep a lot more in stock, which we do, but it makes our average ticket a lot higher. So
Yep. So if you have any product questions,
hands-on training if I do the hands-on training in September, is there any option? I mean, do people do a lot of lighting for Halloween?
some
we don't. I don't know about you guys.
we've done a little bit. The restaurant I'm at right now, putting the lights up as we speak. I'm in the parking lot, right behind me. But you can't see it really. But we're doing Halloween lights for them.
I would think more commercial. If anything, I think a lot of the residential people for Halloween, they kind of just do it themselves. I mean, that's what I see.
That's what I was thinking. I think residential, I see a lot of decorations, but not so much lighting.
Correct,
I was really going down the path of commercial. We do a lot of commercial building inspections, so I have a lot of past clients that have bought commercial buildings, and I'm like, okay, if they're going to decorate, they're probably going to decorate for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Why do I want to leave money on the table?
And it sounds like you've already got your client base, which is great. I mean, that's your first clients you're going to go after is the existing clients you have for that type of stuff, if you still have those contacts.
We are very, we have a CRM that just would blow your mind.
Well, geez, we might have to look nationwide and see if we could help you out there. Get some commercial jobs.
I think this is something that you could have maybe on hands-on training for home inspectors only, and maybe have another class besides the ones you already have.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of colleagues that could probably benefit from this.
Sure, that's what we did. That's more or less what we did with Housemaster, was exclusive training events for them. So
cool.
Yeah, cool.
Exciting.
Good.
Thank you.
So what else do we get, Matt? In addition to the 2-day training event.
Hey, yeah, Michael, any more questions? You definitely jump in there. Just pipe in whenever you want.
Okay.
We love the
thank you.
questions. So we're here to answer everything you can. So, so here's some of the stuff that you get in additional to the training and stuff like that. You get the right to use the logo, which is a certified installer logo. We do that available on the website. That's in the back end of the CLIPA website. We do have different formats. We got PNG files. We have JPEGs. We've got the Illustrator files, so you can use it for whatever. That's your right to use that. You get access to the webinar videos that we talked about. It's about 18 hours of videos, 15 hours of, the presentation Ryan and I did a couple weeks ago. And then we do have about, I think it's like 14 videos on just specifically showing you how to install on a roof line or showing you how to install on a bush. So if you need a refresher course like Josh mentioned earlier, you can do that. The estimating calculator, we have an app, and that's going to help you, it's going to help you estimate these jobs. And I think that's probably one of the biggest areas that people, fail in this industry is estimating jobs. They go out and they underbid these jobs so much. So we've got this estimating app that pretty much, Josh, this is your brainchild of the where the formulas came from and all that stuff. And Ryan, you actually learned directly on, that's what you were doing, pen and paper, off the formulas in the book. But we took all that and we put it into a app form is what we did to make it easier for you. So you do get access.
Makes it a lot easier, definitely.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm sure we all wish we had that back in the day when we first started. It'd be nice to. I don't even think apps existed back in '97. The training videos, as I mentioned, you get sales and marketing resources. We have all sorts of relationships we've built with different vendors. Mr. Pipeline is our newest that we just brought on. If you get access to their services there, you get a discount because you are a CLIPA member. You also get listing on the Certified Installer National Directory. And that directory is mainly for consumers to go and actually verify that you're a certified installer. You can pull that certified installer off the web anywhere, but this gives the consumer an opportunity to go be like, well, let me check you out. Let me check you out to see if you are actually certified. We have all sorts of links on the back end as well, just helpful links to forms and stuff like that you can download. We've got photos on there, some photos to download. These aren't photos for you to tell your customers like, hey, I did this, I did this, I did this. It's more of inspiration, giving them an idea of, hey, we can do this, or do you like this? Do you like this? So that's kind of what the photos are for. And then the ongoing live support. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that we offer here, and we've always been offering. And even Ryan himself, it's like people call you all the time that we've trained, last year or the year before. I was just on helping Connor Graham. He asked me for some pictures and if I've done trees and stuff like that. So it's always there. They reach out to us and we're there available for them. And, whether it's Ryan, Josh, or myself, or, the girls, we're here for you on the ongoing support, which is huge.
Oh yeah, I get people all the time. I get people from years ago still like they have something that they don't know how to bid or some way to attach something, or they need help with a commercial job or whatever, and they'll message me and, or call me and stuff or text me, and, I always make a point to try to get back to people,
Yeah. And then we got the videos, as I mentioned, professional videos that we've made. So I'll show you a quick one here. I don't know if you, let me see if you guys can hear.
Use a measuring tape to measure where you will be placing the eye-bolts. Make sure you have discussed with the customer the means you will need to install the ring.
So that's just a quick snippet. I don't want to go through the whole training, the whole video, but a quick snippet of, the videos that we have. They're pretty detailed. And again, if you need an additional support, we're here for you. Like I said, Connor was calling me. He was reaching out to me about if I ever done tower trees or light towers. What do they call them, Ryan?
You're talking about like
string them down.
Yeah, shoot.
I want to say tower tree, but it's not a tower. I would think it's a tower tree. Tree of lights.
Tree of lights. Yeah, tree of lights. I couldn't think about that on a brain part.
So he was just messaging right before we got on, messaging me about tree of lights and how do we do it and all that stuff. And I haven't talked to Connor. It's been a while. Connor.
Oh, Connor Graham.
Connor Graham. Yeah, just asking questions.
Connor.
Yeah. So anyway, we're here for you. Ongoing support. We'll do whatever we can to make sure you're successful in this industry. So the question is, have we done all this training? This is great. Yeah, I love all the training. I'm ready to go. So what's next? Josh Trees, can you tell us what's next?
WeHangChristmasLights.com.
Yeah. What is WeHangChristmasLights.com? You have something to share for us?
Can I ask you a question
Yeah,
before you go there?
Yeah.
Let me do the share screen.
So on that
right here.
app, so
Yeah.
is the app all inclusive? I mean, is it a la carte? In other words, it has the ability to estimate.
Yep.
Does it have a CRM which keeps track of your clients, and does it calendar and schedule all of that, or just bits and pieces?
Not that in depth. You can definitely keep track of them. You do have the ability to, you can classify them as sold, lost, and pending. You can go in there, and I'm gonna do some app training. We do have training after the trainings itself. We don't get to it in detail. In Dallas, we'll probably talk a little bit about it, but I actually hold separate trainings for the app. That is included. That's included for the first 6 months when you go through a training. The next year, if you renew as a CLIPA member, there is a renewal membership after. We could get details when we talk about that next year. But there is an opportunity. We have different levels of, okay, I just want to renew as a CLIPA member, or I want to renew as a CLIPA member with the app. You can decide which route you want to go there. Nice thing about the app, it is, as long as you use the same email. So if you want to shut it off during the busy season, and you can always shut it off as long as you log in to the same account the next year, all your data is still in there.
Okay, so as far as a CRM or being able to do drip campaigns, is there anything that it merges with that would do that if it doesn't do that? Not
at this point. This is I think actually Google just bought it. It's owned by Google. So this is just an app that you can go in and you can create your own. I've done a lot of work on it myself. It basically just plugged Josh's brain and all the formulas, and we put it into the app form is what we did. For it to work with that, all that stuff, I've looked into it. I know a lot of people have been asking. All the data is stored into a Google Sheet is where it's at. So I'm trying to find out it's called App Sheets. I don't know, you can actually look into it if you want, APP Sheets. You can look into it a little bit if you want to on your end. I've been trying to look into it to see if there's some way that all the data that's formed in there can filter into a CRM. I know CRMs can actually link to, Google Sheets. I just haven't figured that part out yet.
Okay.
Hopefully down there. It's on the wish list for everybody. I know that. So
yeah.
Hopefully we can get that information to them. But you can send an estimate out to the customer through the app. So if you put it together and all that stuff, you can actually just press a button. It'll send the estimate to the customer that way. There's no opportunity to sign it or anything like that. They can always reply saying, yes, approved, or whatever the case is.
Yeah. I was going to add, Michael, a lot of guys that I train, they tell me they wind up using it to price the jobs, but then they just put all their stuff in their CRM. So then they just take it and just put it in the CRM and send it to the client. And all this is doing is just making sure you're charging the right price, because we'll go through it on the training when you're doing the training, and we'll ask y'all, like, how much do you think this house is, or this house? And you'll be blown away when we tell you, like, this is a $3,500 house and stuff. And people will be like, what, are you kidding me? So a lot of people try to underbid it. So this will make it to where you're actually making money, and that everybody, if you have multiple salespeople out selling, they're all bidding the same way. And then once you get it figured out, now you can do what I do. We don't use the app. I just made this. We're going to laminate it, and it's our pricing sheet. So it has literally like our roof lines, what I should charge, like if there's going to be more for certain stuff, mini lights for trees, bushes, stake lighting, windows, icicles. So we worked our price list up. I'm going to laminate it, and every one of my guys will have that, so they know what to charge. But I don't recommend doing that the first year, because it's very, until you know what you're doing 100%, it's very easy to either underbid or overbid.
Okay.
Especially on like trees and bushes and stuff.
And you get to the point, Michael, where like Ryan, he's been doing this for 8 years, almost 9 years now, I think. Back in the day, Ryan used to use the formulas. You'd sit there and calculate it and all that stuff. But, Ryan walks out to a tree now, and Josh too. They walk out to the tree, they could tell you right there, well, that's going to be, I'm going to charge this much, and this is how many strands. And both of them have done so many estimates. They're pretty damn close on, how many strands it is, and, what the price is.
How long it's going to take, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in the beginning, they couldn't do that. They've just learned over time, and you get to the point where you can walk out to a house and be like, we've done 300 of these houses, kind of like with your home inspections. I'm sure you walk out there and you're like, oh yeah, I know this house, I know this neighborhood. Well, maybe it's not as easy.
Well, standard price with home inspections usually,
yeah.
But
yeah.
To a point.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Josh, you got your presentation?
Yeah, and I know that Michael was talking to Nick about WeHangChristmasLights.com, and I'll give you a call after this, Michael, to answer any other questions that you have. So, because I know that you texted me and left a voicemail. So, anyways, WeHangChristmasLights.com, been in business for 23 years. Installed lights on tens of thousands of homes and commercial properties in that time. And in 2003, we started helping other companies doing the training events and doing the marketing programs and getting new people into the business. So now we're in 2016, Matt and I formed CLIPA, and that's basically the training arm of WeHangChristmasLights.com. That's just a nice little picture of the crew back in 2002. I think at that point, that's the year that we talked about, Matt, where we probably were doing the largest amount of jobs because we pretty much sold the San Diego market after that. So had a good sized crew. If you look over here, there's the team photo in 2000. So grew quite a bit from 2000 to 2002. In 2002, I think we had consistently between 4 to 5 crews going. So as we all know, in any kind of business, need a solid marketing program. The biggest thing with WeHangChristmasLights.com is you're going to have that turnkey for you from day one. You're going to have all the marketing apparel that you're going to need, marketing resources and apparel that you're going to need. Nice website. As you can see here, nice sweatshirts there. We also have trade show booths that will loan out if you're doing a trade show. So all you got to do is all you have to do is basically pay for the shipping, and we've got that type of resource. Let's see here. And with our program too, like you discussed with Nick on this, Michael, it's completely exclusive. So once we have somebody in a particular area, it's basically you own that market. You're leasing that market or on a year-to-year basis. You've got the first right of refusal to renew or not the next year, and it's completely exclusive. So I'll show you guys kind of what that means here in a second, but when I take you to the website. But basically, if somebody calls the WeHangChristmasLights.com phone number, they're going to be routed directly to you, whatever number you want it to go to. And then also, if they go online and they put in one of your zip codes, that form's going to go directly to you. It doesn't go to anybody else. So we pretty much dominate in the search engines. We've always done really well. I've had that domain WeHangChristmasLights.com for probably 21 years. I think, Matt, you did the first website with the Snoop, what's that?
Snoopy.
The Snoopy.
Charlie Brown
skating across the eye.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown. Yeah, the Charlie Brown music. So we've always paid a good amount of money to make sure we're staying up on the SEO and consistently coming up in the top of the search engines and Google. I'm just showing an example there. So right here, what I'm going to do is go ahead and take you to the website and show you guys what that's all about. So bear with me just a second here.
Who's that guy?
That might be me. It looks kind of like me, maybe.
You haven't changed a bit.
7 years is hard on a man. Okay. Oh, speak of the devil. So right there on that picture. This is a nice job. I think you guys did this one, right, Ryan?
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing your presentation now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me see here.
I still see the homepage.
Yep.
Share. Okay. Sorry about that.
You're showing us behind the scenes now. I didn't even know this was PowerPoint until you showed us.
Okay. Now are you seeing it?
No.
Still seeing the same thing. Okay. All right. Hold on. Share. Screen share. How about now?
You only got 15 more minutes.
That's our job.
There you
go. Now you're seeing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not seeing a commercial.
Yeah, so the way this website works, WeHangChristmasLights.com. Basically, I'm going to go in here, scroll around a little bit. Very nice website. We probably have, how many pages on this site, Matt? Would you say like 3,500, 4,000?
Oh, yeah, more than that probably. Yeah.
More than that. Okay, with all the city pages, all the optimization that we do on it. So also got a nice video that I did for the Travel Channel about 8 years ago for one of their Christmas specials. Was a 1 hour show, and we were on there there was like 7 different companies that were featured on it. So got a nice photo gallery, commercial gallery, residential gallery. So the way it works basically is somebody's going to go to the website, whether they see a sign or they see, they get a door hanger, or they just happen to search Christmas light installations or Christmas light installer in a particular area. And then they're going to enter in a zip code. So I'm going to just put in 92592. So enter in that zip code. And what happens then is it's going to prompt them to click on either residential or commercial. And then it's going to take them to a form right here, Christmas light installation in Temecula, California and surrounding areas. So they're going to fill out this form and then click there to get the free estimate. And that lead goes directly to somebody like you, Michael. And again, it's exclusive, so it only goes to one person.
And Ryan, you're part of the We Hang Christmas Light family, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
He has been since day one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That's how we get all our leads. Just about, well, not all of them, I won't tell them. We get probably 80% of our leads.
Yeah, you guys, we do pretty well in that Atlanta market.
Yep.
And then, can you tell me a little bit more about why you chose to go with franchise or not franchise, but the licensing program, and what the majority of the benefits have been for you and Brett?
We called you, Josh, and another guy, a guy named Jason, I believe, in Texas, wasn't it? I believe was that his name, Jason? That was doing trainings at the time when we signed up. I think so, but he never really got us anything. Yeah, he never got us anything back to us really, and you were honestly responded back to us pretty quick, and gave us information and had the website going and this and that, and you showed us. You pulled how many leads you had the year before, and we were like, oh my gosh, like that's awesome. Like it sounds like we're gonna hit the ground running, So we signed up for it. We did. It was too late in the year for to come to California and do the training. So it was like the end of October. So we got all the formula books, and it was like a whole pad of like notebook paper that you sent us on the training, and we sold our first job. I remember he's still a customer to today. He just moved a couple years ago, but I told him, I was like, look, this is our first job. I'm being honest with you. You're going to see us out front, like reading the book, like doing it, but we're going to get it done. And we did it. And that year we did about 25,000 with incandescent. So that'd be about, 50,000 probably with LED prices now, equivalent to like today's price.
Yeah,
so
right.
We did a pretty good season, and that was all just from y'all's leads and signs, putting the signs out that you see like in the picture right there. So,
and the signs are huge, huh? I mean, that really is. I tell people, it's like, don't rely solely off the website. You got to get those signs out, and we sell them for super cheap because of the fact that we get so many of them made with all the same phone number, same name because of the or same website, same phone number because of the cooperative marketing, and people really remember that name. They'll drive by and they'll see WeHangChristmasLights.com. And I remember this lady telling me one time, she's like, yeah, we didn't, it's been years ago, probably 20 years ago. And she said, I couldn't remember the phone number, but my daughter was like, it was WeHangChristmasLights.com, Mom. So that name just sticks out there with people.
Yep, exactly. We don't use them as much now as we used to, but that's just because we have so many. I think last year we had almost 250 leads from you guys. So we don't really need to because we're already getting so many leads.
At full capacity.
Yeah, I tell guys all the time. I said, if the We Hang Christmas Lights, you can't afford it, or it's not available in your area, do signs. Signs is the best form of marketing for this that we've had of anything else besides the We Hang Christmas Lights.
What's your goal for this year? Are you guys trying to hit 1 million?
Yeah, I'd like to do at least 850, but I'm thinking about bringing one more crew on and probably push 1 million.
Shooting for the $1 million club.
Yeah, that'd be so. We start earlier than some guys because we have those big commercial jobs. So we can do we'll have 5 crews running to do 1 million. So we can do about 200,000 per crew for our season.
Per crew. Yeah, see that,
yep.
And that's awesome, you guys. I mean, that's
I know guys that are doing 1 million
amount.
that have 12 crews. So, so it really just depends on what you're doing. But those commercial jobs and all the greenery that we do runs our tickets up. So
Yeah, you guys have it dialed in by now, man. I mean, you guys are doing a great job, have been for a long time. So just some of the other stuff you can see here, some of the benefits, all the stuff's at wholesale prices because we get it in such large quantities. Again, I use the term cooperative marketing a lot because that's exactly what it is. I mean, we're sharing a phone number, we're sharing a website. It's just getting routed based on zip code. So when other companies are ordering 100 signs at a time or 200 signs at a time, we're ordering 10,000 or 15,000 at a time. And same thing with postcards, door hangers. I think the discount usually, the max discount is usually at about 25,000, Matt, isn't it? And then after that, it's usually like a half a penny or like a half a cent or something.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't go much down. Yeah.
But I mean, even though we go through, over 100,000 door hangers and postcards and that sort of thing, we don't even have to order that many to get the discount. But basically, it usually equates to about half or even more than half that what you would normally pay somewhere else in the lower quantities. So again,
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Sure, absolutely, Michael.
So on the zip codes, I would say I know the areas that I think I want, but you have someone that's pretty savvy on the zip code thing where if we look at my area, we can, I just don't want to choose the wrong zip codes, obviously.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll help you out with that. And then Nick has some good programs for that too. So we can definitely look at the demographics and that sort of thing with you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is just showing again the branding, the name. That Jeep probably looks pretty familiar to you, doesn't it, Ryan?
Yeah.
That's Brett's,
Jeep,
right?
Does
he still have that Jeep?
No.
No.
He had it and then his wife drove it. And then now she's gotten 2 other cars since then. So
awesome. So just more increase your visibility, increase sales. Here's just an example of some of the door hangers, some of the postcards, door hangers, and everything. Every WeHangChristmasLights.com person is going to be installer. It's going to be CLIPA certified. So we're going to have that certification on all the marketing collateral that we have for you. Just some more examples. Got this on the what do you call this thing? Matt, the ice cleaner, whatever that's called. Yeah, whatever that's called. That's a creative way to get the word or get the name out there. Putting it at the local hockey arena. I think that was our rep in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Putting it on the box truck right here. It's Jenny Boyer out in South Carolina. This is one of Luke Jensen's trailers, and that's just showing it with the background at a trade show. Really creative way right here. This guy in Dallas did it, putting lights up on it, building a small little fake house on the trailer, putting lights up and driving it up and down the boulevard. So anyways, just anybody's interested in this, give either myself a call or Nick a call, or just reach out and email us at josh@WeHangChristmasLights.com.
Good stuff.
That's all I got to say about that for now.
Well, good.
Love to answer any questions that anybody else has. Do you have any other questions right now on this, Michael, that you'd like to discuss right now?
So we lose him?
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I had to unmute myself. So.
No problem.
No, I think it's been helpful. I just probably need to hook up with you and kind of figure out these zip codes because when I spoke to your colleague there, just said, just need to talk to my partner. My oldest daughter is a minor owner of the company. I'm the majority owner, but she's out of town till Monday, and just out of respect, I thought I'd visit with her a little bit before I jump in and spend, spend money. And so by Monday, I'll have an answer. I'm sure I know what the answer will be because we've talked about this for a couple of years in a row, but we just never pulled the trigger. And
well, I'll give. Are you available in like 10 minutes?
Yes, I will be. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I'll give you a call as soon as we're done with this.
Perfect. That'd be great. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
Michael, you'll be getting the information about the trainings. We'll be sending that out probably next week. I think you probably already have the location, all that stuff. But any more details we need to get out to you. Other than that, well, Josh and I will see you out in Dallas on September 11th and 12th.
Perfect.
Right,
And
Josh?
so the information will have like
Yep.
which hotel and all that good
Correct.
stuff.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
you know.
And we'll get the
Okay.
room block and all that fun stuff for that hotel. And we're hoping, I don't know how the restaurants are, but we typically do a social event on the first night where we go out and we go have some drinks and food on us, and then just an opportunity for people to talk outside of the training. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Josh, you probably know best if that's an opportunity we can do or not.
Yeah, we can. It's Dallas, so Dallas, I mean, it's different than where I'm at. Where I'm at, it's not a big deal at all. But they'll probably make us divide into like groups of 6 or whatever, and we'll have to,
Yeah.
cover our face when we're walking in. If we're
That's fine. I mean, outdoor dining is fine too. I mean, I don't mind.
yeah,
doing
yeah,
outdoor
no,
stuff.
that in fact, hopefully it'll cool off a little bit. It's supposed to be 100 and humid as can be because of that tropical storm tomorrow. But I was looking at the long-term forecast, and it's supposed to in the evenings. It should start cooling down in September. So yeah, outside dining would be a great idea too. But yeah, we'll be able to definitely find a place out there, Matt.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Josh Trees and Ryan Fox. If anybody has any questions, there's Josh's number for the affiliate program. If you have any interest in the training events, we do have one this weekend. It's kind of last minute, but we do have one that Ryan's putting on in Duluth. And then upcoming, we have Josh and I will be holding one in Dallas, Texas, September 11th and 12th. And then we do have another online training. I want to say the 23rd and 24th. That's September. Does that sound about right, Ryan? Do you know the dates?
So I think it is the 24th, I believe.
Okay. We're doing an online trading, and that'll be our last one of the year before we kick off the season. So we're excited to close out with a bang on that one. So if you want to join us for that, we'll be doing that, and we'll have a lot of good stuff for you. But we're excited to get new people in this industry and teach you everything we know to help you out get started.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it. And we'll close it out.
Okay, see
Thank
guys.
you. Take
All
care.
right. Take care. Be
Bye-bye.
safe.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep, bye.